Hardly anyone ever encounters a real snake, but as a ring, it enjoys great popularity. The reptile has been used as a jewelry motif for thousands of years. Why, of all things, the often hated snake has found its place on jewelry for thousands of years and is still found today in gold and silver on fingers and in ears, or coiled around necks and arms, is a mystery. The animal was and is by no means always sympathetic, and not in every culture. Even before Adam and Eve, the snake, which is male in most languages and is said to have been on this earth for at least 100 million years, appeared in pre-Christian religions and cultures. On a stamp seal from the 4th millennium, for example, it is depicted next to a loving couple, and given the depiction, it can be assumed that it was a symbol of new life. Sometimes evil and devious, sometimes good and wise. Its image was not always so positive. Its reputation was a roller coaster ride. At times, it was a symbol of death and ruin. At other times, of fertility and rebirth. For Sigmund Freud, she was a phallic symbol and stood for libidinous sexuality. One would not want to fall into a pit of snakes, nor among people with forked tongues. Human characteristics were also assigned to the snake. It was evil, deceitful, and false, but in some cultures kind and wise. And in the Bible, sometimes cunning and clever, sometimes sinful, and sometimes healing. Its toxicity has been warned about since ancient Greece, when it bit Eurydice to death, for example. At the same time, however, it is a symbol of the art of healing. To this day, the walking stick of Aesculapius, entwined with an adder, is the symbol of doctors and pharmacists. Not every symbolism is reflected in the arts and crafts, however. Often, it is simply its form that lends itself to goldsmiths for snake-shaped handles and grips on elaborate jugs and bowls, for example. The snake shape also fits perfectly around the fingers. In addition, the snakehead offers many opportunities for splendid decorations with jewels and colored gemstones, red and green eyes, sparkling stretched out long tongues, iridescent skin, and often a diamond is mounted on the head like a crown. Snake jewelry apparently existed in all cultures around the world. Only in Australia and China people probably had a problem with it, or simply had no interest. During the migration period, the motif adorned brooches among the Franks and Alemanni, and the Vikings also carved snakes into rings and other metal fittings. In the Renaissance and Baroque periods, the snake was out of fashion, but in the 19th century of Art Nouveau, bangles with scaly carved bodies curled up to 8 times around the forearm, and almost every head emerging from the coils was set with large colored stones or diamonds. To this day, the snake motif is present in jewelry. Still, snakes with glowing eyes bite their own tails to form a ring. No famous jewelry from Cartier to Boucheron to Himmerle can do without the motif. Not bad for one of the most hated animals in the world. Our suggestion for those who want an eccentric look with the powerful symbol of the snake. To learn even more about men's tips, click into this playlist. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe.